Today, we're going to hear from entrepreneurs who are using blockchain and digital assets to solve real-world problems. Again, we get back to the hearing of, or the title of this hearing, On-Chain Tools for an Off-Chain World. Some of these concepts, some of these solutions are really fun. It's about a gifted engineering trying to make a less expensive, more robust, more precise GPS system for precision agriculture and other location-based systems. Mr. Horton, you're up. Let's go.
All right. Good afternoon, Chairman Johnson, Ranking Member Davis, and members of the subcommittee. It's a pleasure to be here to tell you a bit about the GEODNET Foundation and the great technology the GEODNET community has developed to help American farmers. By way of background, I am from Austin, Texas, and I received a bachelor's and master's in electrical engineering from UC Berkeley in 1996. Prior to initiating the GEODNET project, I co-founded 2 successful startups in the field of navigation. Today, precision agriculture is a well-proven technology that provides substantial economic benefit to the American farmer through efficient crop applications, which is also good for the environment. Precision agriculture depends on precision GPS, and I am going to describe how blockchain has enabled GEODNET to improve the reliability and reduce the cost of precision GPS for the American farmer. The Global Positioning System, or GPS, is known by most people as the way to find directions when driving. Typical GPS accuracy is measured in feet, not inches. Standard GPS is useful for finding a grocery store, but it is not capable of identifying where a specific plant is planted or to help steer a tractor without running over the plants themselves. To enhance GPS accuracy, precise positioning, or precision GPS techniques are able to improve GPS location accuracy from several feet to sub-inch accuracy. The most precise method of precise positioning is RTK, or real-time kinematics. Precise positioning techniques like RTK require either a direct or indirect connection to one or more GPS reference stations. This is what a GPS reference station looks like. For this technology to work at scale and across the country, a network of these GPS antenna is necessary. As I attempted to launch GEODNET, it quickly became apparent that it would cost billions of dollars to place the antenna around the country, capital that we did not have. Through my research, I discovered that blockchain can solve this problem. Utilizing blockchain technologies, the GEODNET network has grown quickly, and it is now the largest precise positioning RTK network in the world with more than 15,000 registered stations. In any given week, more than 10,000 professionals use the network, accessing 6,000 to 7,000 GEODNET stations daily. This type of application of blockchain now has a name. It is called DePIN, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. GEODNET is one of the leading DePIN networks, but there are many, many more DePIN networks being built globally, including DePIN networks for broadband internet, mobile internet, decentralized energy, and more. GEODNET is extremely useful because it offers reliable, high-accuracy positioning needed to conduct precision agricultural farm practices, as well as the precision required by many robotics and drone systems. In agriculture, GEODNET is beloved for its low-cost accessibility to small and big farm operators alike, and its compatibility with both new and old equipment. The USDA's Dale Bumper Small Farm Research Center has been an active GEODNET node operator for over a year, and USDA research staff has validated quality and accuracy on both new and old machines. To the end farmer who requires the precise position signal, GEODNET subscriptions offer savings from 33% to 90% per annum compared to centralized corporate competitors. And the southern states, where small farms are diverse in size and scope, GEODNET provides small farmers an ROI to use precision ag, while higher cost centralized solutions are out of reach or simply don't provide RTK coverage in the area. In the Midwest, GEODNET's unprecedented station density in places like Sioux Falls, South Dakota, provides the best immunity to solar weather, which in 2024 knocked more expensive services offline during the critical planting season, causing significant economic damage. On the West Coast, fully robotic farm practices are becoming popular, and GEODNET is the solution of choice for 2 of the leading autonomous farm equipment companies. The GEOD blockchain token is the key mechanism and becoming is the key mechanism which allows the network to operate and grow successfully without capital investment required from a centralized entity, corporate or government. For this innovative digital infrastructure to function, GEODNET depends on reliable blockchain networks. Because of blockchain technology and networks, GEODNET has been able to grow quickly. GEODNET encourages the subcommittee to consider ways to enhance clarity on digital asset regulation so that high-utility applications of blockchain can thrive in the United States. Thank you, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Can you guys talk to me a little bit about what we can do to ensure that our rural communities are not left out in this wave of innovation?
Congressman, I think, yes, these technologies that use blockchain called DePIN or decentralized physical infrastructure networks are particularly good at bringing technology to more rural communities. Our first customer in the agricultural space, Deep Sand, was stymied by the fact there was no precise positioning network in his southwest corner of Oklahoma that he could access, and that's what had got him started in looking into us. It wasn't interest in crypto or Web3 or anything. It was a practical need to be able to build infrastructure and provide infrastructure to his customers, which are farmers.
My first question for you would be for Mr. Horton. You know, as mentioned, it's becoming ever more expensive to farm. Margins continue to shrink, and I've been adding that a little bit, but how does your technology or your service help farmers achieve the benefits in a way that can help both small, medium, and large producers become more efficient?
Good question, Congressman. Yes, as one of our customers always tells me in the ag business, farming is hard enough. And the way precise positioning helps farmers is that when you farm a field, if you drive the tractor manually, you'll have anywhere from 10 to 20% of overlap. Like you basically drive over the same area multiple times. By having centimeter accurate GPS, you're able to let the machine steer itself, and it avoids that overlap. And that translates directly into reduced input costs, such as fuel and chemicals when you're spraying. And that really drops to the bottom line. Now, traditionally, centralized solutions to this problem have either lacked coverage in certain areas or they've been pretty darn expensive. And that's provided a hard time for smaller operators to get an ROI with the technology. Through this kind of community-based approach that what is how this blockchain-based GEODNET network works, we've been able to bring that cost substantially down and introduce the precision agriculture technology to a lot of new farmers.
Tremendous. And then how does that work? So does their combine or tractor sprayer have to be equipped with certain, obviously, software and hardware to be able to utilize the technology?
Yes, sir. So there's two solutions. One solution is to use the technology that's already on the equipment, and most modern equipment, or I should say all modern equipment being built today by folks like John Deere, Case, and AGCO does come equipped, ready to connect to a network like GEODNET. And then there are solutions for retrofitting machines. So you can put on a retrofit kit that will actually sort of put a motor on the steering wheel, which will let it to automatically steer. And those are also extremely popular and let you utilize older assets and bring value out of them.
So, Mr. Horton, you explained in your testimony GEODNET has its own token, but it doesn't have its own blockchain. So help us understand, what's the GEODNET protocol? What's Geode? How does that interact with Solana? Give us some sense of how they fit together.
Yeah, so you could think about the layer 1 blockchain as kind of this distributed operating system that projects like GEODNET build on top of. And GEODNET is an application that really connects providers of this RTK data to users of this RTK data. And the token is able to help those buyers and sellers transact and record that data in a consistent, transparent way. It also provides an ability for you to reward the stations that are providing good coverage and good performant data and incentivize that coverage to grow.
And then this is to any of you who want to quickly talk about this. I spent many rural areas don't have the required infrastructure, as we discussed, and much of my life I spent working to bridge the digital divide, particularly in rural America. To any of the witnesses, and as we roll out rural broadband, there are platforms designed for farmers to use in low bandwidth environments, or do any of your platforms offer offline capabilities for like the 20% of farmers in my district that lack high-speed broadband?
Our network does rely on having good internet connectivity, but I think that these decentralized protocols called DePIN networks, these decentralized physical infrastructure networks, really offer an attractive way to extend coverage out to rural areas very cost effectively.
Mr. Horton, not only is GEODNET a solution to farmers and others who rely on precision mapping data, but blockchain was the solution to creating GEODNET. You said, quote, it would have cost billions of dollars to place antennae around the country, end quote. Would this project for precision mapping be possible without blockchain technology? And please speak to blockchain's unique ability to be part of the solution to this problem.
Yeah, I think there's very strong evidence that it's not possible, and that the people have been trying to build this kind of network for 20 years, and both centralized companies as well as governments have spent a lot of money trying to put up stations and create a network, and it just hasn't happened. And GEODNET in 2 years has been able to build the world's largest network in terms of stations, by more than a factor of 2. And I think at the root of that is the underlying blockchain and the incentive that you can provide by having a token. We presented the idea first at the Institute of Navigation's GNSS Plus conference, and it's a very conservative community. We thought the idea of using blockchain to solve this problem of a reference station network would be, controversial. We didn't know if people would like it, and in turn, it won the Best Presentation Award, and immediately attracted folks from the industry to help us participate and create this network.
GEODNET, mind the sky.